Yes, good evening everyone. Okay, so straight away let us see which are the important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. Okay, so I hope all of you are fine. Weather is changing, so you need to take care of your health, especially those who are in Delhi. ठीक है, बारिश का मौसम है तो इसके बाद ठंडी बढ़ेगी. So weather change is always problem for health. Okay, so you should take care of your health also. Let's see which are the articles important for our examination. Look at the first page. Nobel Peace Prize announced, and among the three recipients, one is the human rights activist from Belarus, and other two important non-governmental organizations, we can say, working for the protection of civil liberties, civil rights, one in Russia, other in Ukraine. Okay, the significance here of announcing this or giving this Nobel Prize to those people or organizations which are the countries involved in conflict at present. Okay, Russia, Ukraine, with the war that is going on, we will see the details of this news. Then there is one news panel to study SC status of Dalits post conversion. Now, yesterday or day before yesterday itself, we discussed in detail one article talking about the status. SC status is given to those people who have been converted from Hindu to other religion. Okay, so if you know, the Constitution Order 1950 provided for the Dalit status only to those people belonging to, let's say, or SC category status to Dalit people belonging to only Hindu religion. Thereafter, this order was amended in 1956 to include people from Sikh religion also. And again it was amended in 1990 to let's say include people belonging to Buddhist religion also. Now, the recent demands to include those people in SC category belonging to Christianity religion as well as Muslim religion. So the cases are there in Supreme Court. Supreme Court is already hearing that case. But now the government has formed 3-member panel to look into this issue. Okay? So we are having follow-up on this case, and that's why we will note it down somewhere in our notes. जो भी हम अभी follow-up रख रहे हैं, तो the government has formed this panel and given 2 years time period to submit the report on it. GS2 paper polity part. On left hand side, IARI, stubble burning in Punjab at 3-year low. Okay, so Indian Agriculture Research Institute through satellite data is continuously observing the stubble burning that is going on in Punjab, Haryana and some parts of UP and Rajasthan. So the data is showing that in Punjab this stubble burning instances has come down significantly in last 3 years. But it also mentions that there is higher number of stubble burning in UP. ये भी उन्होंने mention किया है. So in data facts, every day we are looking into those relevant data for our examination. So GS3 paper environment section, stubble burning, also GS1 paper geography part. Right? Air pollution, it will be news for next 1 month. तो आपको सारे important news पढ़ने हैं. Moving on. Okay. Look at the page number 5 on the bottom side. For Andhra Pradesh, Konda Reddy tribal families, bamboo shoots form recipe to health and happiness. Mistakenly we have, let's say, change the spelling here. Reddy is R-E-D-D-I. That Reddy is different community. Konda Reddy is different. Yes. So Konda Reddy is a tribal community included in PVTG, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Okay, so in India we have such 75 PVTGs. There was one question in 2018 or 19 UPSC Prelims examination. We will cover this question also. They had mentioned this Konda Reddy as a part of one statement. दैट्स वाई विल कवर दिस न्यूज, ठीक है, क्योंकि यूपीएससी ने पहले पूछा हुआ है, राइट. ओके, नाउ मूविंग ऑन. Yes, editorial page. The only article that is important for us is synthetic click editorial page. ठीक है, on bottom left side synthetic click, that is editorial, and this relates to Nobel Peace Prize chemistry. The significance of this click chemistry, we will understand the meaning and significance of this development in science and technology. Right. On right hand side, page number 7, where the stars must not twinkle, it is talking about one particular place in Ladakh, Hanle. Okay, this Hanle village in Ladakh will be declared as India's first international dark sky reserve. Okay, so what do you mean by dark sky reserve? Who declares it? Along with that, which areas or locations are suitable to declare dark sky reserve? How it will benefit that particular region in Ladakh, especially astrotourism. This aspect is being promoted there, okay, within tourism sector. All these aspects are relevant for our prelims examination. ठीक है, तो we'll cover this part. Science and technology, geography, all these aspects are involved there. Moving on. Okay, on page number 9 directly, India-U.K free trade pact may miss October deadline. Okay, so we know that we are under negotiation this bilateral free trade agreement between India and UK, right? तो उसका deadline हमने बोला था कि दिवाली तक हम कर लेंगे, but we are not able to complete it. This is very clear. So it may be extended now. So negotiations are still going on. Now, on top side, respect and guarantee human rights in Uyghurs in Xinjiang province, says Ministry of External Affairs. So recently we know that in UNHRC there is some kind of, let's say, talk going on, and recently a report of human rights violation was submitted by Office of High Commissioner for Human Rights. Okay, so this report shows that there are some kind of human rights violations of a Muslim minority community in that region by Chinese government. Okay, so government of India did not vote for this, and basically India abstained there. Okay, so that's why, and this particular resolution was sponsored by US and Finland and other Western countries, but only 17 members out of 47 members of UNHRC voted in favor, 19 voted against. So of course the resolution was not accepted by UNHRC. India abstained from this resolution. Okay, so this information is sufficient. IR section, and from geography mapping section we'll see the location of this Uyghur Xinjiang autonomous province of China. Okay, now moving on. Okay, so all these are important articles. I guess we have covered all these articles. Yes, fine. Let's go in detail. First one, click chemistry, a synthetic click, what we are calling it. Yes, so this year's chemistry Nobel Prize has been given to Caroline Bartozzi and Barry Sharpless of US and Morten Meldal of Denmark for developing relatively recent field click chemistry and demonstrating its vast potential for pharmaceutical and other industry. Click chemistry. Let's understand the meaning here. Okay, and this Barry Sharpless received second Nobel in chemistry. He became fifth such person in the history of Nobel Prize to winning Nobel Prize twice. ठीक है, तो 2 बार उनको मिला हुआ है. Now, how does click chemistry work? Let's understand the meaning here. Click chemistry, as the name click, this click, let's say name is given for the sound that that we get when we let's say use the seat belt in aeroplanes. So many of you may have traveled in the aeroplane. The voice that particular seat belt makes, कैसा आवाज आता है? Click, ऐसा आवाज आता है ना? Basically that analogy is used here, the name click, but it is purely related to chemistry. But analogy, why analogy is used? Because certain chemical processes or molecules which are formed in the nature, they can be also manufactured in industry, and those natural processes can be imitated. From time to time we have imitated them, no? These natural processes. Certain processes require particular enzymes so as to achieve designated molecules. Okay. At present, if we see the pharma industry, what we observe here in pharma industry is that if we want to make 1 kg of drug, lot of pharma waste is produced. Around 25 to 100 kg of pharma waste is produced. That means जो ड्रग हम तैयार कर रहे हैं उससे कई ज्यादा वेस्ट, chemical waste is being created. That means these chemical reactions in pharma industries are not efficient. They are producing more waste. To make these, let's say, chemical reactions efficient, यानी कि जितना हम molecules chemical reaction में as a reactant we are using, only those should produce the sufficient amount of products, not waste. This is what click chemistry is talking about. But for that purpose, certain enzymes are required, and these scientists have developed, or let's say through trial and error method, what they have done. For example, in general, azides and alkynes are two molecules or reactants are used, and if we add small amounts of copper ions in that reaction, then all these azides and alkynes will exactly react for designated product, that is triazole. एक reaction का example है. This is one such example. Now, in absence of copper, this reaction is slow and all of it is not forming triazole. So it is inefficient reaction. We want this product from these reactants, but it is creating lot of waste. It is not resulting into designated molecules. These scientists have developed such kind of techniques, or we can say through trial and error, like for example copper ion. Small amount of copper ion is added. What will happen here? All reactant will react in exact manner to produce the designated molecule. Understood? Yes, online students, they are not having the proper audio. देखिए क्या हो रहा है प्रॉब्लम, ऑडियो लैग हो रहा है क्या? Okay, we are looking into this issue now. So now you have understood the significance, especially for pharma industry. Now one scientist among them, Bertozzi, what she has done here, she has used this, let's say, reaction or methodology to develop certain drugs to treat cancer. Okay, so this is basically the development of effective drugs, efficient drugs through this chemical reactions. This is significance. Reducing the waste in pharma industry, chemical industry, and for medical to treat the, or to, let's say, develop some effective drugs for cancer, which is at advanced stage cancer, we can say. and basically those drugs are at present in clinical trial stage. They are at clinical trial stage. ठीक है, तो this is very significant development. Understood? What you should understand from mains perspective, what is this concept, what they have, let's say, contributed in the field of chemistry, and the significance of this development. These two aspects are important. It can be asked in the mains examination. Fine. Now,
nothing but the exciter, sir. He find out that some exciting chemical, sir, between two reactions.
yes, enzymes we call them. Natural chemical processes have certain enzymes, right? And they can be imitated in the laboratory. Already we are, imitating natural processes, but they can be done in a more efficient manner. Okay, these efficient methodologies have been developed by these scientists.
It will boost up to fast reactions.
It will make the chemical reaction efficient. It will reduce the, let's say, wastage in the chemical reactions. Pharma products are very important, no?
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of waste is created there, pharma waste. So that is not good thing. So this is very helpful because less amount of reactant is required for producing the appropriate drug. Okay, panel to study SC status of Dalit post conversion. So on 3rd October, those who have, let's say, recently joined this discussion, if you follow this 3rd October the Hindu newspaper analysis, हाँ तो 6th also, yeah? Yes, 6th October. So there we have in detail discussed, there was one article on text and context page related to this topic. Detail में discuss किया हुआ है. So here we will not discuss that again, rather I will give the follow up now. Okay. So what is the idea here? You should know that 1950 constitutional order provides for only those belonging to Hindu, Sikh or Buddhist community to be categorized as SC. Earlier, original, let's say, order was having only the terminology Hindu religion. It was amended in 1956 to include Sikh and 1990 to include Buddhists. यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है आपको, Kalelkar panel in recommended for Sikh and thereafter high powered panel recommended for including Buddhist also. So accordingly they were amended. Then center's argument at present related to Christianity or Muslim or Islam religion. Religions included as SCs under the law are branches of Hinduism, be it Sikhism or we can say Buddhism. Dalits who converted to Islam or Christianity cannot claim to be backward since untouchability is feature of Hindu religion and its branches alone. This is the argument given by central government. Okay, so central government now has formed 3-member panel. This was argument earlier, before Supreme Court from time to time. Now 3-member panel headed by former Chief Justice of India KG Balakrishnan to examine whether the scheduled caste status can be accorded to Dalits who have over the years converted to religions other than Sikhism and Buddhism. Which are the other religions? It can be Islam, it can be Christianity, it can be Jainism, it can be Judaism. These are the other 4 major religions, right? So that will be looked into by this panel. Okay, the panel members will also include Professor Sushma Yadav, member of UGC, and retired IAS officer Ravindra Kumar Jain. Okay, now this basics now we have understood. Let's see what happens in future. Supreme Court is already looking into those petitions related to whether the Christian people can be accorded or given the SC status. If suppose Supreme Court gives any verdict, we will have again follow up. ठीक है? Okay. Now, India-UK free trade pact may miss October deadline. Okay, so you should know that there is FTA under negotiation between India and UK, free trade agreement, and this free trade agreement had earlier deadline. Both countries had said that by the 24 October Diwali will have the early harvest deal, but this may not be achieved. This is the statement given by Indian representative. India-UK FTA may not be ready in time for its Diwali or October end deadline indicated both New Delhi and London. India sharply reacted to British Home Secretary's statement linking FTA with migration issues, and UK government said quality not speed would determine the FTA's launch. Recently, Foreign Secretary of UK had, Home Secretary of UK had given this statement that this FTA will result into lot of, illegal migrants into India. At present, their numbers, they are saying that, what we can say, largest number of Indian migrants overstaying illegally in UK at present. This number is also important because this is going to be bone of contention between India and UK. Fine, these two things you remember. We are having follow up on FTA's aspects. Earlier we have signed FTA, that is SEPA with UAE, and early harvest deal with Australia. Okay. So other countries that we are having negotiation is this one, UK, and European Union is there, Canada is also there, negotiations. Fine. Now, rights champions in Belarus and Russia, Ukraine gets Nobel. Who are these people? Okay, Ales Bialysky, he is the person, and prominent Belarusian rights activist, founder of Vyasna Human Rights Center. He is currently held in prison without trial. He has been given the Nobel Peace Prize. Along with other two organizations, Memorial, the organization founded in 1987, compiles information on human rights abuses, tracks the fate of political prisoners in Russia. And Center for Civil Liberties, founded in 2007, Ukraine-based organization, has identified and documented Russian war crimes against Ukrainian civil population since invasion in February 2022. It is kind of message that peace should be established at earliest. As these countries are at war, Belarus, yes, largely it aligns with Russia, okay, and it is kind of friend, we can say all-weather friend, and therefore, and Russia and Ukraine are at war, so there is violence, there is, human rights violations of people, and therefore peace should be established at. So highlighting the work of these people and organizations will to some extent give the message. This is the significance. Okay? Okay. Now, Ladakh to have India's first dark sky reserve to promote astronomy tourism. Location, see here, Hanle, around 250 kilometers from Leh. Okay, so Hanle, southeast Ladakh part. Fine. Ladakh, cold desert region, you should be knowing about this. Now, some basic or important points that you should remember about this news. Ladakh government, along with Indian Institute of Astrophysics headquarter in Bangalore and India's scientific ministries, are laying the groundwork to have Hanle declared as International Dark Sky Reserve by International Dark Sky Association. So who announced this? This IDSA. IDSA, basically established in 1988 as US based non-profit organization, advocate the cause for minimizing light pollution and certifies places where night skies are least polluted as international dark sky reserves or sanctuaries. Okay, light pollution can be by anything. Light pollution can be by industries, urban locations, vehicles, anything. Okay, and whenever there is least of all this, there we can say that they are dark skies. Right? So between 2001 to 2022, there has been 195 sites recognized as IDSP, or we can say reserves, international dark sky reserves. Understood? Dark sky reserve is public or private land with a distinguished nocturnal environment, रात का जिसको हम बोलते हैं, starry nights that had been developed responsibility to prevent light pollution. Astronomy के लिए very useful, and yes, already at Hanley, IIA already manages Indian Astronomical Observatory Complex at Hanley. Okay, there are observatories, there are telescopes there already, and now there could be efforts to declare this as a reserve. Now, why was Ladakh chosen for the project? This can be asked in the mains examination. Now, light pollution is largely there in urban areas. No, light pollution is largely there in urban areas, not in rural areas. One thing. Second thing, we should understand that light pollution is more in densely habitated areas, densely habitated industrial areas. Now, if we see Ladakh, it is at high altitude, low oxygen amount is there, people will not go and live there. Second, cold and harsh winters, long and harsh winters, no one will go and live there. And let's say this makes it is highly inhabitable. So least light pollution, people will not have, and it is not connected to grid. This particular Hanley village is not connected to grid. जो भी locally produced electricity है by solar energy, that will be used. Okay, aridity, then limited vegetation, high elevation and large areas with sparse population. These are the criteria. Why aridity? Because अगर cloud formation होगा तो clear sky नहीं होगा. So it should promote aridity. Ladakh, cold desert, no cloud formations. Then limited vegetation. Again vegetation होगा तो transpiration होगा, humidity होगी, cloud formation होगा. Then high elevation. High elevation will have low clouds, less number of clouds. ठीक है, and large areas with sparse population. Sparse is against dense population. Fragmented होना चाहिए. Then, but the primary objective of proposed dark sky in Ladakh is to promote astronomy tourism in a sustainable and environmental friendly manner. Okay, so remember this also, astronomy tourism. For Andhra Pradesh, Konda Reddy tribal families bamboo shoots form a recipe to health and happiness. तो वो क्या करते हैं? Bamboo shoots, they are nutritious food, and traditionally they use this for nutrition for long year, 1 year complete. This is mentioned here. Konda Reddy population, tribal people inhabited in forest and hill ranges are entitled to collect every form of bamboo trees classified as minor forest produce. They are entitled under which act? Forest Rights Act 2006. Those foundation batch students, अभी हमने ये cover किया है environment section में. Forest Rights Act recognizes the community rights as well as individual rights over the forest produce, not minor forest produce or non-timber forest produce, and this includes bamboo. ठीक है? Yes. Fine. Now, what was UPSC question? Look at this. 2019 prelims question. That's why we added this question here. ऑडियो नहीं जा रहा है क्या? तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं जा रहा है. ओके, फाइन. सो consider the following statement about particularly vulnerable tribal group in India. ठीक है, PVTG. Now you can see here the mention of Konda Reddy tribe in third statement. That's why I wanted to take this news. ठीक है, let's come back to this question again after getting more information about this tribe. Konda Reddy communities, tribal communities of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana largely. Some population is there in Odisha also. Now, source of livelihood, collection of non-timber forest produce and basket making. Bamboo is the main one. Recognized as particularly vulnerable tribal group, PVTG. And language, Telugu language with unique accent. Now, who are PVTGs? They are more, let's say, backward among the tribal groups in terms of educational indicators, income, health, all these aspects. In 1973, the Debar Commission created primitive tribal groups as a separate category who are less developed among the tribal groups. Thereafter, in 2006, Government of India renamed it as PVTGs. पहले उसको primitive groups बोलते थे, अभी PVTGs बोलते हैं. And at present, there are 75 PVTGs of 705 scheduled tribes. Okay, so around, yes, and spread over 18 states and 1 union territory according to 2011 census. 18 states and 1 union territory, 75 PVTGs. Numbers are important. Highest number are found in Odisha, followed by Andhra Pradesh, 13 and 12. Now, what criteria is followed to determine PVTG status? Like, for example, pre-agriculture level of technology, like slash and burn agriculture. Zoom cultivation is slash and burn, that is followed here. A stagnant or declining population level, extremely low literacy, and subsistence level of economy. These are indicators of backwardness. Okay, so now tell me the answer to this question. Yes, online students, you should relate to PYQs, previous year questions. क्या है ये? Yes, numbers, that's why I told you. Yes, PVTGs reside in 18 states and 1 union territory, right? And stagnant and declining population is one of the criteria, right? And 95 PVTGs, this is incorrect, 75. If you remove 3 from the options, see here, already you are getting answer. So factual information is important here. And you know Konda Reddy now, Irular and Konda Reddys are included in the list of PVG. That is true. Okay? Yes. Now the next, respect and guarantee human rights to Uyghurs of Xinjiang. Okay, so at UNHRC meeting or summit, India has abstained from the vote in the resolution against human rights violations against, let's say, Uyghurs in Xinjiang by China or Chinese government. This resolution was initiated by US and Finland and other countries. 17, let's say, voted in favor out of 47 and 19 voted against it and 11 abstained. India is one of them. India abstained from voting. Why India abstained from voting? Because India consider this as the domestic matter and it want it to be solved through domestic methods. It is criticizing, but it is not, let's say, in favor of such international resolutions against any one country for human right violation.
The Western countries wantedly creating the conflict between
Yes, to some extent we can say, and we do not want to harm the relations with China again.
Yes, they are trying to creating the conflict between China and India.
Okay, so this is Uyghur Autonomous Region of Xinjiang. the northwestern part of China. Okay, now you can see the border of this region with which countries. This can be asked in prelims examination. See here, yes. So Afghanistan is there, India is also there, but you can see here the Aksai Chin region of India. That region is having border with Xinjiang. Okay, then we have some part of Afghanistan, Wakhan border. Then Wakhan corridor is having a border with China. Then there is Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia and some part of Russia. छोटा सा part है Russia का. Okay, so this is how the border is there. No. Yes, stubble burning in Punjab at 3-year low. The number is not important, trend is important. So only 320 fires have been reported this year as opposed to 620 and 1935 in 2021 and 2020 respectively. So the trend is reducing number of instances, but the data is till the date only. Data is till the date. There will be more instances, there could be more instances in coming 2 weeks. ठीक है. So, but in Uttar Pradesh there is increase in instances. This should not happen. ठीक है. So you can note it down somewhere, and this is data given by Indian Agriculture Research Institute.
One chemical also they introduced in NASA without burning.
This is Pusa decomposer.
Yes,
Pusa decomposer tablets are there. Yes, and that leads to decomposition of the straw in the fields itself within 20 days. Yes. Discuss the significance of contribution by 2022 Nobel laureates in the field of chemistry. This could be the question. Now you can attempt it. Then what do you understand by click chemistry? Question mark. Explain its significance. See here in this question, even if it is not asked what is click chemistry, first you should write about click chemistry, then write significance. But more focus give on significance.
Because chemistry is the universal word.
This is about click chemistry, no? Significance. So first you write about click chemistry. Then what is dark sky reserve? Question mark. Then which locations are considered ideal for declaring dark sky reserve? Explain with reason. I told you 4 location criterias, right? So you should be knowing about those criterias. Low vegetation, and we can say clear sky, ठीक है, high altitude, yes, sparse population, ये सारी चीज़ें criterias हैं. Okay. Now what should be answer to this?
D, sir.
Hmm?
D.
Very easy, but you should know exactly, right? There could be name of the village also, Hanle village, Ladakh. Okay, so this is correct. Now yes, online students simultaneously write the answers in the comment box.
D, sir. All of them.
Yes, all of the above, right? All 4 are the criterias: pre-agriculture technology, stagnant or declining population, extreme low literacy, substance level of economy. All 4 are the criterias for PVTGs. Mapping based.
Mongolia, sir. Uzbekistan, sir. Uzbekistan.
Yes. So Mongolia from north there is border. Then Tajikistan is there, Kazakhstan is there, but Uzbekistan is on this side. So it is not having border with China. So because UPSC is asking question from Central Asia, no? ठीक है, तो इसलिए हमें पता होना चाहिए borders कौन से state का कहाँ पर है. Fine? Okay. Any question? again I want to repeat, you need to do answer writing practice on current affairs on daily basis. If you do not find fodder from the discussion, you read those articles that we are discussing from newspaper. You will get more idea how to write answer, क्योंकि आपको पूरे sentences मिलेंगे और ज़्यादा information मिलेगा. But yes, of course the discussion is sufficient. I am adding some value here in discussion to those topics, and along with that I am also providing some facts, data. I am giving some link from the past. ठीक है, तो इसलिए आपको मुश्किल नहीं आना चाहिए आंसर लिखने के लिए. फाइन. सो दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम मेंस पर्सपेक्टिव. प्रीलिम्स के लिए यू कैन डाउनलोड दिस PDF ऑल्सो फ्रॉम द यूट्यूब लिंक, and you can you note it down, or you can maintain this PDF for revision purpose later. ठीक है? Fine. Let us stop then. Okay.
The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Lukmaan IAS and make your UPSC dreams come true. Download the app now.